Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Tangle Teacher, and today's lesson is, I am so excited about this particular tangle because it was deconstructed by one of my dear friends, Mary Burrows. She has been coming to my Zentangle class for about 5 years, and she is an absolutely beautiful tangler. And I've been gone this summer, and she's taken over and taught a few free classes at the library and kept it going. But this tangle is called Taffy, and it's one of Mary's, and I've done it on a round tile here. This is her original design, and then I've just done some little tweaks to it to just give it a little different flavor. But I love Taffy. I could just keep going and going with it because it just has so many possibilities. So I am going to demonstrate this, and I have just kind of been, trying to decide which way to demonstrate it. I think I'm going to demonstrate the tile and then let you play with it on with 3/4 and in the round. So I'm going to do it on a regular tile, and we're going to start with dots in the corners and a string, and I'm going to grid it off with my pencil. On the black one, I gridded it off with a pen because it's just a little bit easier to see, but when you grid it off with a pencil, you'll see a little bit different. So I'm going to divide it in half going both ways, and then in half again, and in half again. That's the easiest way for me to make a grid. And I'm going to use my Pigma 05 pen so you can have a little bit, you can see it just a little bit better. And we're going to start out by just putting a little square in each corner. I mean in each square. So just put yourself a little square and fill it in. And now we're going to draw the lines. And there's a couple ways you can do them. You can do them by turning your tile or not. And I'm not going to turn my tile because I think that it's a little bit better, you see it a little bit better. So I'm going to start at the top of here and draw a line in up. Then it comes from this corner and down, and this corner, and then up. So it kind of has a spiral look to it. We'll come in so you can see it a little closer. And so we're going to go across the top of the square and up, down the side of this square, over the bottom, and along the side. So you see you get a little bit of a curve to that line. And I'm going to do that in all the squares, and then repeat it. And I really like just even the look of this, just with this first part of the stroke. I think it's a beautiful little grid pattern. So now we have it all gridded in with this little square and then the lines coming out. Now we're going to echo the lines. And so I'm just going to echo that shape of that all the way out. Then I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to come from the outside towards that line that I've drawn. So from that pencil line, then I pull my pen in towards the line. There's the first one. Now we're just going to repeat that in all of these squares. an absolutely beautiful 3-stroke Zentangle pattern. Now I'm going to come to where I'm going to see this, so I'm going to start right where I left off there, but I'm going to follow that curve. So that piece has a little bit of a curve to it. You can see that it's all one line, but it has a little curve. Here we go again. We're going to catch it, so I'm going to just do that curve, but follow what I had done before. Pick up on that other one that's across from it, so that they line kind of continues. And we want to continue again with this line all the way across, giving it that little curve piece. Now we're going to start here at the top because we're coming back, and we're going to see this line. We're going to curve it again. We're going to connect those up so they just kind of connect together. And because I've done my grid in pencil, you can see how it's just kind of disappearing, and it gives it a real unique look. If I had done my grid in pen, it would have, you would see the lines in between. But since I did it in pencil, they will just eventually just disappear. And I'm concentrating on one square at a time. I don't think ahead. I just think of each square at a time. And you can see how it's just working its way into the pattern. Want to make sure that I pick up that line and then continue it with the shape of that line right there. I just love how this one is just taking shape. It is absolutely so fun to do. You want to remember to have a very light touch with your pen. That will keep you from having big stop and start points. In just a minute, I'll show you what I mean by stop and start points. Okay, we've stopped here, and so we're going to start, and you can see how they kind of just blend into each other, and that's from having a very light touch on your pen. When you have that lighter touch, you can blend those lines together. Now we're at our last row. I'll fill in that little block right there a little bit better. And now I'm into my very last one. And there we have a taffy. And you could grid it in. I gridded in the shapes on this one, where, I mean, not gridded in, but filled in the stripes. You could fill it in. You can shade it. It's just got lots of possibilities. This one, I just did a little bit different stroke on it. Take time to just play with Taffy by Mary Burrows. And Mary, thanks for this great tangle. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We have new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And if you hit that subscribe button, you won't miss one single thing. Check out the description below for where you can get Tangle supplies. And thanks again for watching, and have a great day.